Hello, hello, ArkthePieKing here, back with another episode of Demon's Crest. This is actually my second time recording. Last time it didn't turn out right, and basically I couldn't use the video at all. So we're going to be going through this again, or for myself anyway. So first thing I wanted to show off was an interesting little glitch that I found while I was messing around with this set of blocks here. If you destroy the top set of blocks, and then also the pots, and fly up there, Firebrand, for some reason, he ascends, and I don't know what causes that. He doesn't do that anywhere else in the game. There is no way outside of, like, very specific mechanics to make him ascend, and he just does that. So, I don't know. But, I just wanted to show that off real quick. I'm going to speed through here and get through this section again. It's not hard at all. As I get hit by ghosts. Off to an excellent start. It's really not difficult. The next section's only marginally harder, and that's because I have to actually pay attention to what I'm doing instead of just flying over the whole stage. Yeah, but even this isn't hard to get past. One thing that is kind of cool to show off is that the Buster Shot now destroys their armor instead of just pushing them around. So that's pretty handy for getting through the stages. But as is tradition, Firebrand's gonna head up to the boss area and then awkwardly shamble forward and fade to black. Now we're gonna be going on to the third area. Or at least that's what I'm going to refer to as the third area. Or actually, let's see. I did find a neat little map feature, so to speak. If you press start, yep, it is the third area. You get this map, and you can change direction and such. We're going to go ahead and fly down here. This is the Dragon Bone Forest Place thing. As you can see, everything is covered in thorns. They do actually damage you. And I always forget to change my shot type. I love those little caterpillar things. I don't know why, but I find them to be just absolutely adorable. He's so happy. Look at him go. And a lot of good money pickups. Those big ones, I believe, are worth 20? Unfortunately, we can't get through here. As you can see, the shots get blocked by that. And we don't have the wing power to actually get up there and get that urn, so it's unavailable right now, but we will come back for it eventually. This is a fairly easy section. I'm just gonna fly over everything as I usually do. Yeah, I really appreciate the detail and the time that was put into platforming sections like this, but I also kind of don't know why they're here, because it's not like, you know, there's a lot really going on. I can just kind of fly over everything. Just 1 second. And as you can see, everything's on fire. Now there's actually a little intro sequence to this. As I said, my recording did get messed up, and I had played through a little bit of this stage last time. So we didn't get to see it, but basically some firebirds come out and burn everything to a crisp, and the forest is on fire. Or I guess this is more of a jungle. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be. It looks to be a jungle to me, so that's what I'm going to refer to it as now. And again, the Buster Shot's really handy here. The big thorny tentacle things are pretty easy to figure out where they're going to come from. Any conspicuously safe patch of ground probably has one of them chilling in it. And we're going to come up to this little secret area, headbutt our way in, and this also gives us access to a glitch. And I'm going to go ahead and make a quick save right here, just in case I'm not able to show it off. We're going to get our first talisman. This is the Skull Talisman, and it causes enemies to drop health more often, which is pretty useful, so we're going to go ahead and equip that too. And bust our way back out of here. Full restore. shamble to the right, and time for a boss. And those are the same flaming birds that set the forest on fire initially. And this is the, I believe he's called the Fire Lord. Kind of a generic enemy, but he's actually quite difficult to take down. You really have to keep your distance because it's extremely hard to get in between those raining firebolt things. Also, the canopy does have a hitbox and it will damage you, so you have to watch your jump height as well. Alright, and on to phase 2, which is definitely the more difficult part, for reasons I'm sure you can see why. He attacks a lot faster, his attacks are harder to dodge. Man, he's really going full ham hocks this time. And sometimes he will just ram into you, and that is almost impossible to not get hit by. Man, come on, you are just being cheap today. And I have one hit left. Oh my gosh, awesome. Alright, we're gonna do a quick save right here. And we're gonna go back, because I want to show off this glitch. So... And this is actually a legitimately useful glitch as well. You come to think of it, there's a chance that it might not work, but we'll see. So we're gonna come in here, and we're gonna start this fight again. I'm gonna watch his pretty intro sequence. Also, on a side note, I have never successfully beaten him. Well, you'll see what I mean. And we're gonna hit retry. And it puts us back here. We're gonna bust our way out. And if you'll notice, there's no flaming trees anymore. And even heading into the boss area, he just spawns. He doesn't even go through his intro. Now this changes two things. One, as you can see, his flying birds, the ones that go straight up, no longer rain, because it requires the, it actually requires the canopy to ignite them and cause them to come back down. And secondly, you can actually jump at your maximum height anytime you want, which makes the second phase a lot easier for reasons that I'm sure you saw. And once again, he's being super cheap. I thought I could get under him. Oh well, even if I lose, I'm just gonna load my last save since I actually beat him on the harder version anyway. I'm quite proud of myself for that. Ah, there we go. Awesome. This is super exciting. Last time I recorded took me, I think, 3 tries to beat him, and that was even after activating the glitch. But here we get the third piece of the Fire Crest, and it is called Tornado. It says that it can make you jump higher than before. That is not strictly true, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Now that we've got this, we are going to turn around like so, and we're going to head to the towers. I love swooping down like that. It makes me feel so cool. Now, of course, we always start with that, which is awful. We're going to go ahead and actually show off what the Tornado Crest does, and equip our talisman as well. Now, what it does is it makes these nifty platforms, and you can have 2 out at a time. It's not super useful for this section here, because this is mostly just a sort of an obstacle course, but it will be useful later. And Firebrand's perfectly capable of getting through this. Can't destroy those, but we can, you know, wait them out. They're not really that dangerous. Oop, shouldn't have stuck to that. There we go. And if I go forward, I'm going to get hit by that. Let's see if I can... Ah, I knew I was going to do that. Oh well. Yeah, look at that slowdown. I'm going to travel back here, and we're going to go ahead and pick up this urn. This is going to give us access to healing potions, and that is super useful. I really love the little lighting effect that Firebrand gets when he shoots. You can, you know, see the light of his blast actually light his body up, but I think that's pretty cool looking. This section's not too bad. You just have to be careful and take it a bit slower. Now, Firebrand actually gets pushed forward by the wind here. I am not doing anything to make him go forward. That is just a thing that happens. Under, over, and spam. Under, over... Oh, no over that time. Huh. And getting super wrecked. Oh, we're going to come over here to the full restore, and we are not going to continue going to the right. We're actually going to jump down into this tornado down here. And... boy, this looks familiar, doesn't it? It is the Hippogriff. His attack pattern is exactly the same as before. He has not changed a bit. The only thing that's changed is he has a little bit more hit points, and his attacks now do 2 damage to us instead of 1. But he's not that hard. Just gonna pelt him to death. He does have a new tendency to hang out at the top of the screen, which is pretty cheap. And that's a thing that a lot of bosses are going to start doing, I think. Yeah, and he just kind of came up and hugged me. But he goes down pretty easy. And we're just going to perch on top of him. And bust him open. And he gives us a full restore. That's pretty generous of them. Give us a full restore before and after the boss. We're coming up to a fairly easy section here. This is the classic rotating staircase that you see in every game ever, but this is also a bit slow for my taste. And there we go. That is pretty much the only place in the game that the Tornado Crest is really useful, that I can think of anyway. Drop down here like so. We're gonna bust these statues because they got sweet money in them. But more importantly, we get the Crown Crest. And what that does is that causes enemies, I believe, to drop money more often. Now here the wind actually blows upwards. This is going to cause, obviously, as you can see, Firebrand to ascend. This is really useful because I honestly don't like the rest of the rotating tower section. I actually find it to be kind of boring, and this just lets us bypass the whole thing. You're really not missing much by skipping all of this. You're really not. I think this is the last door. Yep. Alright, we're gonna come in here, bust up that axe guy to make up for all the ones that we didn't kill in the last couple of videos. And I think those ghosts are actually the only ones that can be, the only enemies that can be damaged by the Tornado Crest. It normally doesn't do anything to enemies. Head to the right here. We're missing 1 point of heart. That shouldn't make a difference, because it is our old friend General Arma. And eagle-eyed players and viewers are going to notice that he is green now. He's talking about no mercy, but we're not afraid of him. We're going to take him down lickety-split-like. And he's back to his old tricks, diving around, swooping menacingly above our heads, and sometimes on our heads. Could have gotten another hit there. Oh well. He has more attacks than this. I'm not sure why he just insists on trying to face check us. Ah, here we go. This is his new attack. It is a really, really easy to dodge tornado. The tornado just kind of pulls us to the top and then he flies angrily through the middle. Ah, there we go. Now he's shooting his easy-to-dodge lasers. And that's the end of Arma. He sure is Arma. Can it be my whirlwind move has been defeated? Yes, Arma, it can be. And yes, what we are. That's pretty rude. I would definitely think of Firebrand as a who and not a what. But General Arma is kind enough to give us the next major crest, which is the Crest of Air. With it, we can morph into a gargoyle, said every Let's Player ever. But seriously, it stands for Air Gargoyle. And let's see, I want to go buy some, I want to go buy a potion anyway, and we're going to go ahead and swoop down here, and this will give me a chance to show off exactly what the Air Gargoyle can do. The first thing you'll notice is that he has some major wings going on. And he can shoot these really sweet, like, boomerang crescent things. Pressing A causes Firebrand to really awkwardly ascend. And now we've basically got free flight. There we go. Well, it took me several tries. Can't headbutt in this form. Really only the Fire Crest form can. And we'll just pop right in here. And what's up, my bro dog? Let's see what you got. Black Lotus, we carry only the finest potions. Mercury, Sulfur, Herb, Elixir, Ginseng. I have no idea whatsoever what most of these do. That's completely honest. I do know what Ginseng does. We actually got an explanation, so let's take a look. This one is obviously a full heal. Let's see what the rest. Escape from an enemy? I'm not sure. That might be temporary invincibility or something to that effect. Flee from a battle? That might be like an escape, like in the Mega Man games? I'm not really sure. I'm just guessing. This is obviously a small heal. I'm willing to bet the next one's a medium heal. Oh, no, it's an extra life? Oh, this game doesn't have lives. So I don't know what that does. We're gonna get the Ginseng, because we know what that does, and that's super useful. Alright, exit the shop, and just for fun, one more time. I love that glitch. Alright, well, that is going to be the end of this episode of Let's Play Demon's Crest. This has been ArkthePieKing, and I hope you have a nice night.